Hey everyone, just before we start this video properly, I wanted to let you all know that since the TNL live show, I have actually sat down and had a chat with Ken and worked things through. We're grown men. Ken has informed me that he feels a lot of the issues were misunderstandings, but also, of course, the fact that the show had to keep on track as far as entertainment purposes, that kind of thing. Now, I have my own views on that. He knows those views. We've mixed those views together and we're absolutely fine. So there's no further drama there. I cannot tell you how uncomfortable I am about making this video today. YouTubers really are not this important in life, and there is so much going on in the world right now. My channel really isn't about me either. But as many viewers have been kind enough to reach out and many asking why I chose that point in particular to leave the show, I thought I'd explain in this video, which I intend after it's published to unlist and then put on my community tab. So only really people that want to find it can find it. This doesn't need to be something sitting out there on the YouTube algorithm forevermore. The drama really can stop here, frankly. This is the only time I intend to address the situation with Ken Heron and what happened on his live stream. Whatever your view is, I respect it. Whoever you are, you have the right to live your life and hold the beliefs you hold. And so do I. Firstly, I want to thank the many people who have reached out to check on me, support me, or just give me their opinion on the situation. I really appreciate you all so much. I haven't even had time to respond to you all. To those deciding to use me as a hate focus towards rules and write ill-formed comments, carry on. The great thing is that you don't have to watch me anyway. One thing I would like to stress is that this debate and situation is bigger than any one channel or individual, and I'm not seeking today to justify any rule or sell any agenda. This video has been produced to provide my side of the situation and explain why I left the show. Something that both supporters and attackers have asked for. When I first watched Ken Heron's video showing another YouTuber fly his drone 5 miles away from the takeoff location, my only reaction was to reach out to Ken politely via email and let him know that due to my own beliefs and the type of content I put out on my channel, I would not be able to co-host this week's TNL live show. I felt that my presence on TNL with the views I openly share on my channel would be hypocritical. How can I explain the rules surrounding drone use and promote responsible drone flight if I then openly support a creator willing to post that type of content as a co-host on his show? I explained this situation to Ken, who took my views on board. He was concerned, however, that replacing a co-host within 36 hours would be difficult, especially as it is the holiday period. He also noted that he would be happy, delighted in fact, to talk about the video and discuss it openly. He invited me on to do that. I'm never one to back away from explaining my thoughts and justifying my position or worldview. He is also a friend, and I felt like I did not want to leave him in the lurch without a co-host, so I conceded. Please be aware, my first instinct was to leave TNL to carry on without me, with no impact to Ken's video being public. I would merely continue on with my work and everyone would just carry on. It was Ken who pleaded with me to still co-host the show and debate the issue live on air. In subsequent emails, I asked Ken if we could please keep the segment serious and not play the fool, so we can be sure our respective messages got out to the audience. He sent an email back to me agreeing this. We also spoke on Skype agreeing this as well. And the same thing was said during the warm-up to the show as well. So Ken was happy with that format. Please keep in mind that I have co-hosted many TNL live shows and I have always adapted my style to that of the show. I have a TNL hat that I put on essentially, and I've always remembered whose show it was and why people are watching. Again, my first instinct was to withdraw from the co-host and allow the issue to pass me by. Although I passionately disagree with the actions in the video on so many levels, I am not the internet or drone police. And if I wanted to go around attacking every flight posted on YouTube that seems to break the rules, I'd be very, very busy and it would take a very, very long time. It simply is not my position to do so, and you'll not find comments from my channel on any of those videos. My position was and remains that it would be hypocritical of me to offer advice to my viewers on drone rules while supporting Ken's channel without mentioning the issues that I have with the video he posted. Keep in mind that Ken Heron demands a lot from his co-hosts. He expects people to act professionally and keep up with the flow. This is something I have benefited from, and Ken has been something of a mentor to me. Someone I trusted completely. So when he invited me on the show, despite my wish to quietly step back, and when he also agreed on the format for us to discuss the issue, I was deeply shocked and saddened to find several deliberate traps, in my opinion, placed in my way to prevent not only my true thoughts to be placed on record, but also to divert focus onto me away from himself. Ken did not inform me that Billy Carl had requested that he remove the video before the show started, something it should be noted he has still technically not done, as it's unlisted and fully shareable, still creating the same issues it did when fully live. Ken also did not inform me that he intended to unlist the video during the show. Instead, I feel like he used me and the opinions he knew I held to produce a bad guy, so that when he unlisted the video showing highly illegal activity, he could look like a hero and a great guy. Despite these issues, I still smiled and congratulated Ken for deciding to unlist the video and therefore prevent it from being within the public search and discovery of YouTube. Whether this satisfied the other person wishing to see the video removed was not my issue, and I expressed my gratitude. Please note, at no point during the show or in my communications with Ken had I requested he take down the video or I won't appear. I simply instead was happy to simply withdraw and keep my comments to myself. I didn't even comment on the video itself. I was happy to keep my views on my own channel where my audience subscribes to hear it. The reason I left the show at the point I did was for a simple reason. I feel Ken set me up for a fall again. After the happy handshakes and love spread all around, he launched into a segment when I was expecting us to play either the Beauchamp video or go into the news. Instead, he decided to play a game of silly UK laws that are still in existence, an absurdly obvious segment designed to belittle the views I'd previously put forward and trigger more response from me and frankly from the chat. So, as he did not adhere to the agreement we had in place for the show, I left. I had no particular issue with the silly laws as Ken quoted them, and it was not in some strange defense of the Queen, although I am a fan, that I left the show. The further backstory to this situation is the relationship I held with Ken Heron. He's a great guy and has helped me with a lot of advice over the years. In return, I have spent a lot of time working with him on his YouTube channel and other projects. This includes everything from designing the website, branding, etc. for Minefield Meets. I help him with thumbnails, registering and running domains for him, including resecuring the main domain he had spent years trying to get back from a hacked account. I've also provided design services on a range of projects and even helped him find a news presenter for his radio show in Tennessee. So therefore, I mistook this long-term relationship for something it wasn't, which Ken has often described himself as a close friendship, right up to and including his email directly after the show. I assumed that after explaining how sensitive the issue was to me and how I preferred not to come on at all, that I could trust him at his word for how we would handle things. When he then set up the English idiot who follows the rules to be my role in the evening, I decided to leave. Also, after the little UK silly rules segment, I noticed in the chat as the news began, many people were saying, "Hey, Sean, if you don't like it, don't be here." As that was already my view, I agreed and left. Now, I know Ken is a comedian and the show is entertainment focused, but he also claimed to be a friend and a professional, and he should not have agreed to the segment format with me and then simply, in my opinion, set me up for the fall. He also decided to cut across my explanations and even mute my microphone several times, only to insist the conversation went a different way. My issues with the video remain that large YouTube channels who tell people to stick to the rules and who are sponsored by 107 schools should not be hypocritical and then show that kind of flight. Secondly, I feel that this type of content will be used one day to show why some people feel the hobby should be outlawed. If they cannot even trust large channels who tell their audience to follow the rules, then it will be used against all of us, not just those involved in the video. Anyone that comes along to Geeksvana, you will notice that my live shows, no one at either side of the fringe of the hobby is turned away, frankly. I have people in my live chat debating visual line of sight with me all the time. I have people debating the spotter rule. My own audience has changed my personal views on the spotter rule because we have a healthy debate and we're able to come together. Now, when I talk about the hypocrisy of this situation, one such hypocrisy is the video Ken made to criticize the Brook Park, Ohio City Council for their attempt to implement local drone laws, which would have been in breach of FAA regulations. Ken was happy for me to attend this video and appear on it on his channel and comment on the errors of the local municipality, but he then expects silence when he himself posts that kind of content. How should we expect these local authorities to keep the rules, or in fact listen to us when we're advising them on the rules, when we do not do it ourselves? Where is the moral authority? But again, I was happy to simply bow out and leave the show to others. Okay, that's it. My views on the situation and a explanation of why I left Ken and the other several hundred viewers during the show. So now perhaps we can get back to enjoying our hobby our own way. Sean out.